It's the Hip Hop School.
It's that time.
Past and present podcast.
It's that time.
All regions stand up.
On your feet.
North, South,
Everywhere.
East,
Where you at?
and West, Midwest.
You
Where you
know
at?
the rule.
Act a fool. You gotta be tight with your tool when you go to the Hip Hop School. Be wrong in the crime called Prima Fur and Deja Rule, child. Get out your feelings, you get booed at the Hip Hop School. You know the rule. Act a fool. You gotta be tight with your tool when you go to the Hip Hop School. Near can't be mad cause you got swag and easy cool, bitch. I'm a motherfucking problem, knowledge rule at the Hip Hop School. You know the rule. Act a fool. You gotta be tight with your tool when you go to the Hip Hop School. Can't look like that, come into son got artifacts. The truth is cruel, but that's just fuel at the Hip Hop School. Past and present.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Hip Hop School Past and Present podcast. I am the Asia, the assistant principal. Down below, you have Supreme Ra, who is the principal, and beside me, you have Heezy, who is the dean of all things hip hop. How y'all doing tonight, fellas?
Shit, all good. Ready for this show? You know what I mean? It's
I'm groovy.
It's a good Friday, so yeah, I'm ready to get to it. That's all.
Yo, let's do it.
And with that being said, we're gonna start this off with our hip hop trivia question, like we do each and every week. This week, hip hop trivia question is brought to you by our sponsors: Supreme's Pull Up, Art by Chunk G, the Uhuru Academy, Lit and Leisure Travel, and the Death of the Asia. This week's hip hop trivia question is: who was the rapper that dropped a diss record on both LL Cool J and Kool Moe Dee in the middle of their beef? Again, who was the rapper that dropped a diss record on both LL Cool J and Kool Moe Dee in the middle of their beef? Y'all try to answer that throughout the duration of the show. At the end, we will reveal the answer. That's crazy. I ain't know people was cloud chasing like that back in the day. These people beefing, and they tried to get in that algorithm.
Hey, pretty much.
I think I know, but I'm not for sure.
Yeah, that's a real special trivia question for tonight's show. So you're gonna have to really know your hip hop history for that one. So. Yes,
indeed. And with that being said, class is in session, boys and girls. So tonight is going to be a really, really dope show. We're going to be talking about hip hop and cinema. There has been a great connection with hip hop and hood movies and just that urban scene. And it has been just as much as music is influential. Movies are influential as well. And we have a very special guest in the building with us tonight that will help us navigate this conversation. We have Detroit Pauly in the building, which is he's a director, he's a producer, he's a writer, and a slew of other things. So he would definitely be able to help us navigate this conversation. Without further ado, thanks for joining the show, Detroit Pauly. How you doing tonight? You on mute. Let me unmute you. You got to unmute yourself.
Hey, I'm blessed, y'all. Sorry about that. I'm driving, but everything's good. I made it,
Ain't nothing wrong with riding around and getting it.
Hey, I just shot a scene. Actually, I was closing up a scene that I just shot down here on Jefferson. And no, I'm with y'all though. Go ahead. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm with y'all.
Well, welcome to the show, Brother Pauly.
Yeah, welcome to the show, bro.
Thank y'all.
Appreciate you coming through.
Yeah. So for the people who may not be familiar with you, tell the people who you are and all of the things that you do, because I know that you are a man that wears many hats.
Oh yeah, well I'm also a man that don't like to toot my own horn, but right now I'm gonna tell you a lot that I do.
And it's time over here.
It's time to toot the horn
we
now.
Don't ask you to be humble over here.
Right. So no, what first thing I do is a Donny Hathaway tribute. I portray Donny Hathaway. I'm a singer-songwriter. I'm a playwright. I've written over 20 stage plays in the city of Detroit and hired over 300 actors. I got actors in the car with me right now. We sitting in the car. We doing scenes. I got people right now in the back, man. I got three actors with me right now from West Side Story, a movie that I just dropped on YouTube. We're doing a part 2 of that. But the movie on YouTube has 300,000 views so far, so we moving on to Tubi now. We're just doing a lot of great things. Musically, I'm in a band or two, around the city, just singing in bands and just portraying myself as the Detroit entrepreneur or the mogul that I'm supposed to be. And that's just about it right now.
For sure.
That's dope, brother. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, the whole Donny Hathaway tribute. That's how I even came across you. You know what I'm saying? And then after I came across you, I see how many other things you was doing as far as the videos, the movies, and you know what I'm saying, and everything like that. So how did you even get started in doing everything like that? You know what I'm saying? Was it something that you always did when you was a kid? You know what I'm saying? Like just performing arts, period. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, my dad with the performing arts. Yeah, I started off as a singing for my family in the living room. I started
Okay.
off singing High Five. I like the way I mimicked Tony Thompson's voice, and they liked it. My family liked it. I started singing before my living room, like for my family and everything. And before you know it, I saw that I had something in high school. I went to had like 3 or 4 musical classes, choir this and choir that. And as I graduated, I began to become who I was supposed to become. Doing Stevie Wonder at first, and then my dad bought me a Donny Hathaway CD, and it was the rap when I was a teenager. And I always said that I would do him, but I didn't know that I was going to do him to this extent. So I do Donny Hathaway, and it's so many ways you can portray Donny Hathaway to people. You can hit them with the mental health awareness. You can hit them with this Christmas. You can do dinner with Donny on Mother's Day for the mothers. There's so many ways that you can portray Donny, but the main thing was to understand he had paranoid schizophrenia. So that's one thing, that mental health thing that we was talking about. And that's the main purpose of the Donny show that I do, is to hit on mental health awareness around Christmas time, around the holidays and stuff like that. So, but as far as theater, I've written plays and I've been in a few plays. I started off in Kwame River. That was in Andiamo in the Novi theater out there. And that was my first stage play. Karen Moore brought me there. And Karen Moore is one of the actors that was in some of my plays. She's now in Tyler Perry's The Oval. She's the president's wife in The Oval. So she was one of my, sisters that held my hand through the acting business. And, God bless her now, but I don't know. I don't think she probably gonna, reach back and pull me back up, but it's all good. We on the grind together. Here at the top.
For sure.
That's dope, brother. I can relate. I was in a school play. I played Abraham Lincoln in the 4th grade. So yeah, man.
Not
Yeah.
Abraham.
Yeah.
You said in 4th grade.
Crispy crackly coon.
Nah, man, that's good stuff, man. That's dope, man.
I
So
played
you,
Juliet.
oh,
I was Juliet in the Romeo and Juliet play.
yeah, I was in that play too. Yeah,
No, I was really Juliet.
right. I was a stand-in, but I played in the play.
Okay.
To the stand-in. Hey man, it's no big role or small role. That's what I
That's
tell
what I'm
people.
talking about, man.
Yep.
So brother, how hard is it to get on Tubi?
Oh man, right now, it's not hard. It's just that my movie on YouTube got 300,000 views. So now the distributors are reaching out to me now. I have the choice of who I want to deal with or who I want to work with. And the numbers is right, and that's what I'm looking at. So it's just about getting to the right distributor that wants to distribute your movie. It was hard for the first year. Like this first year, nobody would tell me the secrets. And that's what's wrong with Detroit. They don't want to hold the secrets, and my movie's on Tubi, but yours can't be, and all of this old silly stuff. Man, if you got the recipe, put somebody else on. I'll tell you right now, anybody that got a movie out here, find the right distributor and you can get your movie out here on Tubi. But don't get screwed over by your distribution, because if you sign the wrong contract, they'll be taking 70% of your stuff and leaving you with 30 or 20%, and then they'll take 80. And you did all the hard-earned work. See what I'm saying?
So to all the young movie producers and writers and directors, man, y'all pay attention to the fine print. And because like it seems like it's cutthroat, brother.
It's very cutthroat, my dude. And I'm looking through contracts right now, and if none of those distribution contracts look right, I'm gonna start my own damn distribution company, and I'm gonna put my movie out myself. You feel me?
Let me ask you this, because you have referenced your movie in the movie multiple times. What's the name of this movie that's on YouTube that people should go?
I'm sorry. I'm very sorry, and I'm driving. I'm trying to drop my actors
Oh, no
off,
problem. I want people to know where to find you and what to look for.
No, I got it. It'll stop. So the movie is called West Slide Story. All right. It's called West Slide Story.
Okay.
And tell us a little bit about the concept behind that movie. What could people expect when they tune into that movie?
Okay, I'm glad you asked. The The movie started off as a mob story. I always wanted to do a mob story. All right. And the movie ended up turning into a story of redemption, a story of, like a person who was selling drugs and he just wanted to get out of that lifestyle. And he had the worst day ever. His girlfriend had a miscarriage. His auntie gets killed, all type of things. And we also add elements of just depression, things we're trying to handle and tackle as far as that's concerned. We got a young girl who plays a young lost turned out, type of girl or whatever. And she has a turnaround, when she comes to God or whatever. And then we have an auntie who has dementia. So we tackle different elements of the story, but the storyline basically goes around the young man who's trying to get up out the dope game. I play one of the mobsters or a mob boss who won't let him out the dope game, and I give him the hardest time ever. And it's like a mob story, like Godfather or something like that. We put that icing on it, whereas it's something different from the average Detroit story. So that, in a nutshell, is West Side's story. But part 2, it opens up even more with more characters and more into the storyline and the plot. So it's a story that never ends on the west side of Detroit, basically.
That sounds very interesting. It seems like there's a lot of depth in that movie, and people from different walks of life with different experiences, it seemed like they would be able to see themselves in that film. So that's really good that you added all of those different elements and characters, where it's just not your typical rags to riches or your typical mob movie. It has some things that you can actually look at and take from. So that's really good that you added that depth into the film as well.
Yeah, and I don't really watch a lot of movies from Detroit on Tubi, and people get mad like, you ain't supporting me. It's not that I'm not supporting. It's just that when I watch the movies, I don't want it to have any effect on my movie when I put out something. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't, it's kind of hard to explain.
Yeah, I understand. As a creative, you don't want it to impact your creative ability to where you feel somewhat influenced by what they're doing. And in some ways, when you do that, if you watch others too much, you can find yourself kind of mimicking things subconsciously. You don't even realize that you're doing it, just inadvertently. Some of those same elements spill off into what you're doing. Whereas if you're not watching it, sometimes just by coincidence, because a lot of us, Black people in America, we have some of the same experiences. Things could look similar, all at the same time. You're going to tell your story the way that you're going to tell your story, and everybody is going to tell it different. So you just want to make sure that you have a clear canvas when you're going in to create. So I definitely understand it.
Yeah. So any light I can shine on anything, I can help, in any way. Any question is not, every question is important to me. So anything I can help with.
Yeah. You just kind of spoke on, other people doing movies in the city. You know what I mean? So how you feel about the whole influx of all the movies? You know what I'm saying? The low budget films. Like, do you think it's a good thing? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you think it levels the playing field as far as actors and everything, or do you think it kind of cheapens things as far as like maybe people not getting as much money or not getting as much shine as far as the actors and everything like that?
Well, it's no real formula. I know that there's 2 or 3 that I don't want to name, but they're like the bigger higher ups, when it comes to the movies. They know the ins and outs. I don't claim to know everything about the movie industry. However, the thing is that I know that people really don't like is that I'm learning. And when I learn, they know that I go. When I learn, I go with the flow. So my thing is, if you trying to create a movie, like I said, create structure within your movie, and the movie shall speak for itself. You see what I'm saying? You got a blueprint from the movies from Tubi of what not to do. You see what I'm saying? When you see 30 movies and they all kind of the same, or bad videography, the editing is bad, they shot it with their phone or something like that. As far as I'm hoping I'm answering your question, because it's all kind of like a not really one big answer. But as far as the actors, you can find an actor anywhere. I got this phenomenal woman. Her name is Jaja C. Hubbard, and she's all around the city. She got podcasts. She's very inspirational. We were filming outside of a beauty supply, and she just walked up and demanded the scene. She came in, and we was recording, and she was literally in the scene. I said, wow, she's dope. I end up making her a character named Lynn Worthy, which is a Kim Worthy spinoff. And she's like my prosecutor now. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And she's dope. She's so dope. She been laying and slanting. But overall, you gotta have the actors, you know, that have some kind of passion, even without getting paid first, to have that passion to even do it. You know what I'm saying? So I hope I'm answering your question.
No, yeah, you did for sure.
I got a question. What black movie did you first fall in love with?
Glad you asked that. Hollywood Shuffle, hands down. Hollywood Shuffle and Delirious. Eddie Murphy, Delirious.
Okay.
Those two. When I was a kid and my dad let me watch that, and I didn't even know what he was talking about most of the time, and I just watched it and heard it. Or Hollywood Shuffle, all of those sketch comedies that Robert Townsend did in Hollywood Shuffle with John Witherspoon and Keenan Ivory Wayans, that prompted me to, you know, I believe that inadvertently or some type of way, it made me who I am today. Those type of scenes, stuff like that.
Robert Townsend definitely doesn't get his proper shine.
Right.
Oh no,
Yeah.
he doesn't. And you
He
sound
don't.
like
Yeah,
you're
he
a
don't.
huge fan of comedy.
Yeah, well, comedy, yeah, but this one is more serious. I'm not gonna lie. My movies are kind of serious, but I'm gonna move over to comedy. I'm a very like I tell everybody any day that I'm a comedian at heart, but I don't go out because people in Detroit steal jokes, and comedians I hear about stealing jokes, and I'm the type of person that get very upset when you steal my stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I've written over 2 or 3 shows in my head, comedy shows, and that I just forgot about the jokes. You see what I'm saying? I got so many jokes, and I want to bring that out. Comedy is definitely an element, but we just had to have the right element, you know.
Right.
Yeah, you sound like me because I'm one of those people that I cut the fool if somebody steal one of my Facebook posts. So let alone a joke, because but people don't understand though, when you have said and you thought about something, even if you didn't ruminate on it for a long time and it just come off the top of your head, if you thought about something and you post it, now somebody stealing what you posted, or you write a joke and somebody take your joke, then you're stealing intellectual property at that point.
For sure.
So
But not yeah.
that's not cool at all. There's a really good question in the comment section. Bianca, she wanted to know, she said, do you include local hip-hop artists in your movies?
Yep, I'm glad you asked that. The guy in the back seat, you can't barely see him. His name is Patrick Nelson, aka PZP. You can follow him on Facebook as well and on YouTube. He's only like 28 subscribers. I'm gonna spell it out. He's only 28 subscribers from 1,000 subscribers. So we need to get 28 more subscribers, you know, but his name is PZP, PEEZIEP, Patrick Nelson, and he's a great guy. He's got tons of music. In my last movie, half the cast was rappers and musicians, you know, people that play the piano, drums, you know, just people in my circuit, in my sector. I said, hey, why not, you know, take these people and make them, you know, into actors, you know, and you know, they're better actors than some of the actors I've dealt with. So it's like, wow.
You do hip hop, you rap as well, right?
Oh yeah, I rap. You know, I've been rapping for years. You know, that's just something that I think is more of a hobby. I can't really say that I rap professionally. Yeah. It's just I know how to rap. I can rap Nas, I can rap Jada, I can rap Migos, I can rap whatever. You know, but however, I feel like it's important now because I'm learning how to put that element of my music into my and try to get paid for it. You know what I'm saying? So you know, you can make music all you want to until it's actually.
How you feel about the current Detroit hip hop scene, man? It's like top 2 or 3 out of the country right now, man. How you feel about the current Detroit hip hop scene?
I feel like I'm a little older now, and I can't get into the scene like I want to. But however, there is elements of people like 42 Doug, you know, of course, Big Sean, Cash Doll, and all of those that fall under them. All of the East Side rappers, you know, I love the East Side rappers, what they got going on. And like I said, my guy PCP is just that element of rap that's going on right now. Can't deny it, and I shouldn't underestimate the power of that. Being you know, like I said, I'm a little older, but I'm not no saying I'm not a fossil out here. You know what I'm saying?
You're not an old hater.
So I need to take my music. Yeah, I need to take my music more serious. That's what I'm saying, and put it out here more. You know.
Hey, so do you
okay, go ahead.
Hey, so do you as far as the music in your movies, do you include the rappers as far as the music in your movies, or do you do your own music as far as the soundtrack?
Right. Right now, I'm on my second or third movie, and I've been doing the soundtrack myself.
Okay.
However, we have elements of the rap. See, like if a person is playing a dope dealer in a movie, but he's really a rapper in real life, you really don't put that into the movie. We just basically let him shine at the end of the movie. When the movie goes off, I put a snippet of all of the songs, and then just like at the end of the movie, when we were in the theater and the songs came on, we were just joking, but everybody be like, "Hey, that's me!" Everybody clap. They be like, "That's my song." So they be like, "Wow, okay, this cast is talented." You know what I'm saying? About 6 or 7 people. Song came on that was in the cast, and they get to stand up and say, "Hey, this is my song" at the end of the movie. But however, I'm glad you asked me that because now we're headed to doing more movies about music in Detroit. You see what I'm
Okay.
saying?
That's what's up.
Well, I have
Yep.
a very, very important question that I want to ask before we move past the music scene in Detroit. I want to know whether or not you like Eminem as a rapper.
Do I like Eminem as a rapper? I would say this. That's a great question. I liked him more 5 or 10 years ago. You understand what I'm saying?
5 or 10.
Yeah,
I
five or
would say,
10. I
I,
mean, he hadn't really been doing anything. So
I would
5 or
say probably
10.
about
Yeah.
20.
No, like
About 20.
recovery was
No, for
No, I
real.
mean I really when
I
they
say
make fun of him
23.
now. Yeah. They make fun of him now, and it's like ran independent, ran independent, ran independent, ran. It's like they thought that was going to be like the white hope to save rap because they want to whitewash rap. If you didn't know that, they want to whitewash it all. Really,
Okay,
to me,
okay.
that's my whole thing. They want to take the blackface off of rap, the hip hop, a hip to the hip of the hip. They want to take that away. No,
you
no
know
more
what?
black.
I want to hold you right there. I want to hold you
Okay.
right there. That's a very interesting point that you made, and I want to hold you, because we've had several conversations where we've talked about how some of the big wigs, the powers that be in hip hop, like they're pushing poison upon us, and like there is some kind of conspiracy in hip hop where it's trying to dismantle the black family and everything like that, right? So it's interesting that some people will say that they're trying to destroy us with hip hop. And then on the other end, someone
Mm,
like yourself, you will say that they're trying to whitewash hip hop. So why would they? So so this answer to this question would be kind of like responding to the people who
that's
saying
good.
that they're using hip hop to destroy us. So if you're thinking that they're trying to whitewash hip hop, then doesn't that kind of like X out the fact that they're using it to harm us? Because if they put a white face on it, then we're not going to be directly impacted by it because we're not going to be the ones that going to be
Okay.
the top
That's
consumers of it.
I can breaking up a little bit. I'm
Nah,
sorry.
go,
It's real
go.
bad.
They're doing both. They're doing both.
That's
Thank
what I
you.
was about to say.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's what I was about to say. Yeah, they're doing both.
They
Yeah.
they they putting the
Right.
baby and Migos in front of you, and then they want to wash it down with a Diet Coke with the what's the dude name, Jack Harlow's, and the those guys. So they putting the
Uh,
baby, the real, in front of you, and they won't let them speak on nothing but sex, death, and drama, and we eat it up. Or they put city girls in front of you, like, hey, be a thought, hot girl summer, and you for the streets and all this other bull crap. But when they want the real hip hop, they try to bring logic out, and like for the culture, they try to they the culture, they try to make it, they trying to whitewash the culture of it all. To me, like
Okay,
the hip
but
hop
do
part
you
of it.
think I kind of feel like that's a false equivalency in a sense because the reason why is I think we think in extremes because there's not a whole bunch of white rappers. And it's probably like one or two white rappers that got a platform for real. But because we have those one, two, or three that are pretty good, we feel like, oh, they trying to come and take over. And I don't see it that way because it's just a handful of white rappers. The only ones like Post Malone, Jack Harlow. Who else can you name? So to look at those guys as if they coming in to do this ultimate takeover, I think that's a
Yeah.
stretch.
I don't think. I
Well,
don't
when
think.
you look at when you wait, I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
I don't think it's a takeover. You know what I'm
No.
saying? I think that as far as commercialism and who's getting the money, they
Right.
definitely put them out there as far as them getting the money. That's why the top 10 DJs in the world are white. Hip hop DJs are white. That's why the top bloggers that make the most money are white. So it is a concerted effort for them to monetize the culture. Now, as far as musically, they're not taking over, but monetization is gone.
I was gonna say it's a preference thing. I was gonna say it's more of a not a takeover, but a preference. Like if you take Jack Harlow right now, he's been out for a few years, but let's take Quavo for instance, right? Now let's just look at Quavo's bank account and look at Jack Harlow's bank account. Clearly, Jack Harlow will be able to say that my net worth is really my net worth, and I have this real dollar amount in my account, and I can go out and spend. Quavo gonna have to back up and think about it. He buy another Rolex or he buy this or that because I think they have their foot on their neck a little more, but they make you put out more. I think, like you said, trash music that's gonna disrupt the black community. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, it's a delicate toss up. But that's what I think it is. It's like they want, you look at them accounts, it's gonna tell you the numbers don't lie.
Yeah, I think pretty much it is more of a money thing, like Supreme said. They all at the top. They the ones doing these big festivals. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, the top DJs and you know what I'm saying, everything like that. And like even when you look up the word hip hop, and you know what I'm saying, if you Google hip hop, the top hip hop artists, you see half of them gonna be white. You know what I'm saying, or just hip hop. Period. When you look at rap, the definition of rap, a lot of these white artists pop up when they shouldn't even pop up at all, in my opinion. But you know what I'm saying. So that's
Why,
the
why the
whole.
fuck is
Yeah.
why the fuck is G Easy popping up?
Yeah, exactly. Shit like that. So that's the whole whitewashing part. But the other part, yeah, like you said, it's like that whole part always been talked about and part of the equation as far as what is hip hop destroying the black community and shit like that. Some people say it is, some people say it ain't. Some people say the streets gonna be what the streets is, and the streets actually influence hip hop. But
Yeah.
you know what I mean? They both
Yeah.
go hand in hand.
But
You know what I'm
I
saying?
believe that. My bad.
No,
I
go
can
ahead.
barely hear y'all. I'm sorry.
No,
I don't want
go
to cut
ahead.
y'all off.
Go ahead.
No, I believe that the Bruno Mars thing with Bruno Mars is like the misappropriation of the culture. I like Bruno Mars, but they want to hear, soul. It seems like they just want to hear soul from different source than other than black people. Like I put out some '90s type of music and it sounds real good and it's banging. I wouldn't feel like a Bruno Mars or I just feel like this is misappropriation because Bruno Mars is like not really black, but he like half Latino or something too, or like half Filipino. And I just believe that when he get that money from black people, he's not going to, pour into the black community, which he don't have to. But I bet you he pour into that Filipino community when he go home from that Uptown Funk check. And that's what people don't see.
Yeah,
Well, he could have all my money when
That's
he
all.
singing that. I'ma leave the door open. As long as he talking about he gonna leave the door open for me, baby. Appropriate the culture.
Right. Leave it open for black people so we can do music.
For sure.
Appropriate the culture. Leave the door open for me.
So let me ask you this though, man, because you do so many things, man. You sing, you rap, you write, you direct. So do you have a favorite? You know what I'm saying? Out of everything that you do, you got a favorite thing that you do?
I'm glad you asked me that because I'm at a barbershop too. I cut hair too, and I always told myself to put 100% in everything that I do. I love to sing because if I was in a hole in the ground and I was just there and there was nothing else but me, I can sing. You know what I'm saying? I can sing my ass off, man. You know what I mean? And that to me is the most important thing. It's something that's inside of me. I don't need no keyboard. I don't need no script. I don't need no camera. I got what's inside of me. And I can blow, and I think singing would be the first thing that I would be able to do and do it well for the rest of my life. However, singing is a gift and a curse. You can, your voice get hoarse. You get tired of singing for people. You get tired of playing a little puppet in bands and shit like that. They want to use you and treat you like shit. Excuse my French, but I asked for $100 for a gig, man, and then they want to give you $65 and play you to the right when you dress up and you come to sing all these songs for 5-6 hours for a night, So it's a gift and a curse with singing. So I would love to sing, but I would love to do it on my own terms. However,
Yeah.
making
I'm so
movies come
glad
a
you said
strong
that because
second.
I sure was about to put you on the spot and ask you to hit a note for us. So I'm real
Come on
glad
with it.
you said
Hey, come
that.
on with it. You want to hear something? Let me hear it. Like to
I
hear it,
sure
here it goes.
do.
Do your thing.
I like to hear
Okay.
something, if you don't
All right. Well, let
mind.
me do it right quick.
Okay.
Let's see. As the clock strikes 12, I'm sitting here wondering how the hell did you let you leave? And baby, I know that I did my share of things to deceive you. I'm just trying to get an understanding of what to do. Cause I'm halfway going crazy. Girl, they can't fade
He can't
me.
love you like that.
Oh, I know.
Baby,
That's it
Read
right
you
there.
never
Read
want to
ask you
be
to
with
see.
a man if he can't
Lord
give
have
you.
mercy.
Yes, God. Yes.
Read
Man,
But
I'm over here
hey, read
driving and
ask you to
singing.
see.
Like,
I had to, I was feeling it. But you sound real good. Somebody had said that, and we ain't gonna get too messy, but somebody had said that they felt like Jagged Edge was some simps and some haters because
yeah,
yeah, I heard. Have you heard that before
yeah. So
with
why they
that
gotta be some haters
song?
though? Why they some haters though? I don't get that part.
Hating on the man, she was in a relationship with the dude. He can't love you like I love you, so it's backdooring the other man.
Well, hey, they just turn the channel if they don't want to hear it. It's just a song. Shit, it ain't like they really,
Yeah,
I know. I
they
Hey,
just
just
feel
I,
like,
had to
like
be
like Brandy, the
competitive.
girl is mine, like the boy is mine. It's like, I mean, it's just a challenge.
I got a
Yeah.
question, Paulie.
What's up,
If,
man?
if you could describe your rap style using three MCs, who would it be?
I'm glad you asked. That's dope. That's dope. Um, shoot, Nas. Uh, I would say Nas and Royce. But I ain't know Royce really, but I like his style, Royce, Nas, and then Andre 3000. I like to rap,
Why I felt like you was gonna say that. For some reason, I knew you was gonna say that. I was like, he
Wow.
didn't say Andre 3000 because you give that to me. So yeah, I thought I felt like you was gonna say that.
Yeah, because I
But
just
those
did a
are some good choices though.
thank
Yeah,
you.
that's dope. Well, I'm gonna have to check out your music, man. See what you talking about, Paulie.
Yeah, go on Detroit Pauly TV on YouTube. You'll see a few little songs
Oh,
I just dropped
I'm finna, I'm
for the
finna go
year.
on there, subscribe, and tune in and
Mhm.
everything, brother.
I
Man, I
already followed
appreciate
him
that, bro.
I'm
on
part of the movement now, brother.
Yes, I appreciate that, man. And anything y'all, please share anything y'all, so I can go ahead and follow back, man. Anything, bro, because I love to follow back, support.
I got one more quick question if y'all don't mind. Sci-fi is my favorite genre in cinema. So,
weirdo.
do you plan on doing any horror or sci-fi movies?
I'm glad, man. I'm very glad you guys are asking these questions. Yes, I have 4 or 5 sci-fi movies, and just like my comedy, I let them go out my mind because I didn't
Oh
think that I
man,
was gonna revisit them. But they
yeah,
so dope. I'm talking about the ideas are so dope because
yeah.
anything is possible in the sci-fi world, and
I
it's
want to,
like,
I want to be part
man,
of that movie, man. Whenever it come out.
You said a
and yeah,
So
sci-fi.
you
and it's
want to
just
get
so
you
much
want to
that I
run
can
from
do,
aliens?
Yeah, I want
man.
to be.
Like,
I want to be the one to contact the aliens first.
Hey,
right,
Detroit
yeah,
Pauly, if you do a
yes, man.
movie and Supreme Rise on there and he's part of the cast, you have to have a mothership on there.
Yeah,
A mothership.
Or because the
Yeah.
conscious people, even though they dealing with aliens, he gonna be the Nuwapian that's trying to get away from the planet Earth. So you gotta have a mothership on there.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, you
I'm
gotta have
liking
a
that. I'm
mothership.
liking that. Little
Um,
George
Yeah,
Clinton vibe.
yeah,
Little
yeah.
George
Go
Clinton
ahead.
vibe.
Go
yes,
ahead and put it
indeed.
together. Yeah.
So what we want to do, because I know you in motion right now, what we want to do is we want to play a trailer of your part 2 of the West Side story. We want to play
Okay.
a trailer and give the people a sneak peek. Just a one moment.
Okay. Am I frozen on you guys' screen or no?
Oh, you a meme right now.
Yeah. You can't see.
Okay.
So,
It's cool. As long as I can hear me.
all right. Let me get to where I'm getting to.
Oh, there you go. Oh no, you back up now. There you go.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
That look really interesting, and I like how you slid in there. It's cold in the D. Remember what's that like that little T back in there? It's so cold in the D. I like that. I'm definitely gonna tune in and check that out.
For sure. That look fire for
That's
sure.
good, man. That's dope, man. I'm happy for you, brother.
I think it's
dope.
mic muted.
Your mic muted.
Unmute your mic.
You on mute, bro.
Right.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
I appreciate y'all, man. I just want to be humble, like I said, man.
Word.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta be humble. Arrogance is that like a man with a little arrogance, a little cockiness. That's good. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Hey.
Pop your collar. Look,
Hey,
tell the people.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Heezy. Go ahead.
Hey, I was gonna ask you, is it any actors or anybody that you want to work with? You know what I'm saying, or even somebody in music. You know what I'm saying? Is there anybody that you haven't worked with that you want to work with?
Yeah, man. Of course, you know the bigger names. You know, like I want to work with Big Sean, man. I swear Vezo and Cash Doll, but I haven't even. I'm doing so much that I can't even. I'm like my mind is like a spinning top, bro, and I can't even fathom reaching out to them right now because I'm not where I want to be musically. You see what I'm saying? You know, but however, everything that I'm doing, they need to know so they can still be involved. And if they want to reach back and say, "Hey, y'all, you from Detroit? You been doing movies? Okay, that's dope. Let me just, help y'all. Whatever. Y'all need a little few funds or y'all need a cameo. I like that stuff. So I think that I'm going to start reaching out to like more of the, But Big Herc, I just had an interview with Big Herc on my page, and I love to rap with, do a song with him. He charged, he charged a few little dollars, but that's put them funds together and get him on that track and then make it happen, So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, or you can always get Rabbit. He ain't doing them right now.
Who? Oh, you talking about some 8 Mile shit?
Y'all know I love me some Eminem. They be hating on me about Eminem. Detroit in the building, I gotta put Eminem in the conversation.
Well, where is Eminem? Does he come to Detroit and like really give back too, or is he misappropriating?
Well, he probably be visiting Mom Spaghetti sometimes.
How's that?
Yeah. Since you're here, though, you know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying. These two, the Asia and Supreme Rod, they down in Texas. They don't really, they from the outside looking in on this whole Eminem, conversation. So you as somebody from Detroit, somebody who grew up in Detroit, been here the whole time,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Talk about talk about Eminem and did they play Eminem in the hood? You know what I'm saying? Did they play Eminem in the hood, or you know what I'm saying? At some point, or
me?
Was they bumping like that in the club? You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The 8 Mile shit was blown out. Excuse me, I'm sorry. The 8 Mile was like blown out of proportion, though, man. Every time you go on, when I go on 8 Mile, people come to town and they go straight to 8 Mile. When they never been to Detroit, they like, oh, let's ride down 8 Mile. And it's like 8 Mile is just like, it's like a little strip. Like you can't stop. You got to go 40, 50 miles an hour. You come on 7 Mile and 6 Mile, now you're in the hood. But as far as Eminem, we played him because, half the people in Detroit was in the movie, so they wanted to see themselves in the movie. After that wore off, it was like, okay, what's next? It's like, hey, the Trick started doing a few songs with him, and we start banging it or whatever. But overall, I would say there's like a 30% of people that really deal with Eminem and love him and what he do because they're hip hop heads and they know, you know, where he comes
30%.
from.
That's
70% is like Eminem, he's just a white boy,
Yeah,
he's trash.
yeah.
Like that's
That's
really the
fair.
real from Detroit, like really
That's
like an
fair.
aspect.
Well, personally,
There you
I
go.
think that Eminem put Detroit on the map. That's how I feel. Other people would like to argue that, but I do think that
Big
personally,
facts.
Detroit got put on the map by Eminem as far as hip hop is concerned.
Embrace y'all savior, man. It's okay.
Oh man,
The
this
white
nigga
hope.
said fuck that man.
Yes, it is.
It's okay,
So,
Pauly. Let it go, brother.
No.
So Detroit Pauly, we know you in motion right now. You got a lot of things going. You moving and grooving. Let the people know where they can find you. Your
Okay,
social media handles.
Yeah, Detroit Pauly TV on YouTube. I think I'm at like 20, like at least 2,500 subscribers. You can follow me on Facebook at Gordy Berry, GHORDIBARI.
That's dope.
And it's like a play off another name, but I'm spelling it different, and I'm
Yeah.
I'm reinventing the mogul of Detroit, the
Okay,
entrepreneur,
because
the
we was about to get
philanthropist.
into that. Because
Yeah,
you
Gordy
Gordy
Berry
Berry.
Films. Yeah, I'm Detroit Pauly. I'm Gordy Berry. I'm Paul Johnson
Okay.
Jr. Gordy Berry is more sophisticated. He'll wear a suit. He's a film executive. Detroit Pauly is a little rough around the edges. He raps. He sings too, but he comes out blasting. Paul Johnson Jr. is myself, who you're talking to, the man behind the everything. Like you got Jay-Z, Sean Carter, J. Howard, Jigga. All of those entities are him, and they make up him. So with Pauly is Detroit Pauly, Paul Johnson Jr., Gordy Berry, and just Pauly the barber, Pauly the musician, Pauly. You see what I'm saying?
So do you have
So
multiple personality disorder?
Nope. And that's one thing that's one thing about it. That's one thing that I picked up from that Donny Hathaway stuff is not to.
That's what I thought about that when you was giving. I was like, I was just fucking with you, bro.
No, it's serious because when Halle Berry did Dorothy Dandridge, she really stuff was happening to her, man. Like props was falling on her head, and like it was like the spirit of Dorothy Dandridge had, it was like literally hunting her. So with this Donny Hathaway thing, I always told myself not to carry on the schizophrenic madness that he had going on, because you can be all these different people, and then
Right,
I don't want to be that.
We get it. We get it.
Well,
Yeah.
and just to dig a little deeper into that, all of us have different versions of ourselves that are presented in different spaces for different
That's
reasons.
true.
Some people say it's code switching, but at the same time, there's different aspects of yourself that only certain people get to see. That's just like even myself. There's different, I say, nicknames or monikers or whatever that I've gone by in the past, where I know if you call me this name, this is where you know me from. If you call me this name, I could kind of tell which time in place where we and where I was at in the evolution of becoming the woman that I am today, like where I was at and how you met me and actually give you an idea of how that person sees you as well. You know what I'm saying? So you know what you're dealing with right now. So it's nothing. It doesn't mean that you have a personality disorder or anything. I think it's healthy if you give those different versions of yourself a name.
Yeah, and not only that, but one thing about it is you don't go to Gordy Berry for hip hop tracks. You go to Detroit Pauly for hip hop tracks. You don't go to Detroit Pauly for a singer to sing at your wedding. You go to Gordy Berry. Gordy Berry got that undercover. He gonna dress up and wear the hat and the suit and all of that. So that's the thing. It's just who you go to for what. And I'm all of those things.
Sure.
Some days I want to dress down.
It helps protect your boundaries as well when you're dealing with people. They help protect your boundaries because it's like right now, if I'm Detroit Pauly, we need to conduct this conversation, everything as such. If I'm whatever my government name is right now, I can let my hair down a little bit because you know me in a more intimate level. So it's different ways of how you interact with people based on that moniker that you're going by at that particular time. So I get it. I did.
Yes. Hey, so I just got one more question, man. So What advice would you give somebody that was trying to get into like filmmaking, acting, or anything like that? You know what I'm saying?
If you're trying to be a filmmaker, my best advice would be to go on Amazon and get a camera. If you cannot find a camera, any kind of camera, go to a camera store and buy one, a used one that shoots video, and start to film. See what your camera does, because your camera is an extension of your own eyes, basically. If you don't have a vision with your own eyes, don't buy a camera. You know what I'm saying? The only way you won't have a vision is if you're blind. So that's the only thing. You had to have a vision, and the camera is an extension of your vision. So my first thing would be to buy a camera and start shooting, seeing what that camera can do, and start getting the editing program and just start putting it together. Even if it's small stuff with your phone, and you get an editing program. As far as actresses and actors, just find opportunities. It's all out here. Everybody, get into the circuit, get into the network of actors. There's a million actors, just make yourself known. And nobody can become somebody really, really quick just being around actors, rubbing shoulders with actors, being on stage plays. What do you need me to do? Even if it's not on stage, let me help out behind the stage. Let me help out behind the scenes. I want to see how this thing is ran. You might be able to run your own stage play just off that alone. So that's my advice to actors and filmmakers is just do it. Get off your butt and just do it.
For sure.
Do it.
That's what's up. For sure.
Yeah, definitely. Let me ask you this. Do you mind sticking around to get into our hip hop trivia question in our school post and give your opinion on that?
I do not mind at all.
Okay.
That's what's
so
up.
We're gonna get into it. We're gonna keep this beautiful bean footage rolling. So like we do each and every week, we incorporate a hip hop school post from our hip hop school past and present group. Our podcast originated from a Facebook group. So we got this like it's just strictly out the mud. We created a Facebook group. Well, actually, Supreme Rock created the Facebook group, and we were just discussing hip hop, and it got real rowdy in there. So we decided that we were going to start having these same type of conversations live, and that's how we have what you see now. So
actually, Heezy came up with the podcast idea.
Yeah, Heezy came up with the podcast, and so what we do is we pull posts from the group and we incorporate it in the show. So this week's hip hop school past the present post was, to be honest, Trick Daddy is a better rapper than T.I., but y'all are not ready for that conversation. So what are your thoughts and opinions? What's your thoughts and opinions on this, Detroit Pauly?
Come on, Pauly, man. Don't disappoint me, brother.
Trick Daddy. Man. Oh, okay. I know when I'm just looking at, I'm listening to I'm thinking of conjuring all his lyrics up and putting them all in one whop. And then I'm thinking about T.I.'s lyrics. Let me just say this right quick. We living in a world where somebody just told me Little Uzi Vert is harder than Scarface, the rapper. You see what I'm saying?
So we're not about to play with Trick Daddy like that.
He said we live in the world. He said we live in the world.
No. So I'm not saying
this parallel universe is not working for me. It's not working for me. We're not doing Trick Daddy like this.
I don't know. But T.I., the most eloquently spoken Southern rapper, the expeditiously, oh my God, like
come on.
Man.
Now,
come on, that's like Andre 2000.
You know that man be saying stuff and it don't even supposed to be said, it don't even go together. He just be using big
That's
words.
what I'm talking about, Pauly, man. Trick Daddy cannot fuck with T.I. on no level of insane, man. Come on, man. Y'all know that shit.
What song did he make? What song did he make that's really educational?
Shit, he made a lot of songs.
He got Thug Holiday.
Still get played
America,
to this day.
Back in the days. He'll feature Kill on that.
For the record, Detroit, them two, they agree with that bullshit. I do not agree with that shit, man, at all. That shit is big cap.
Man, see, y'all just forget.
He never came off as eloquent to me.
Trick Daddy's
So
at
he
the
have
top
to
of the
be
game
eloquent.
for a minute. He had
No,
like
I mean like just
four
good
straight.
boom, then blow, Nick Bowl and man the breeze. It's like I don't know, man. Like
No,
I don't know.
that's not. That man said that man has songs. So that
Hey,
means that so if you want to go ahead and tell us that you hadn't listened to a whole Trick Daddy album, you could say that and let us know
I
because
have not.
obviously that's the case.
hey, because
Because Trick
he
Daddy,
had like 4-5 straight platinum albums,
Trick
man.
Daddy don't make you want to listen to a whole Trick Daddy album, my nigga.
Yeah,
Let's be
Are you
honest.
Oh
serious?
no.
Trick Daddy has social commentary. He
So does
got
T.I.
he got ratchet. He got the ratchet
So does
songs.
T.I.
He got smoking songs.
So does T.I.
He got
he got the club songs. He
the
So
got
does
club
T.I.
songs.
songs for the kids.
And
You know what
there
I'm
the song for
saying?
the kids, he could be on the PBS station.
Right.
Man, y'all gotta stop the cap, man.
Okay.
That's horrible. That was a horrible opinion brought to you by
Man,
the vice principal.
see,
Well, I tell you
better
what,
than
the
I'm
next time
really
you
mad.
listen to the
yeah.
post, I'm gonna tell you something about these two Detroit Pauly. They try to get me picked on because the thing is they can't handle me by themselves. So what they do is they select one of my school posts to put it on a public platform so people could throw pie in my face. That's what it is.
Hey, I agree with you.
Oh wow.
I agree with the post. It ain't
Yeah, oh
shit.
yeah,
You know
you
what I'm
agree this
saying?
time, but
Shit.
usually you be
It was
throwing
so
me.
it was so utterly ridiculous when I read it. I'm like, man, come on, man. I can understand somebody said Jeezy or Rick Ross. You know, you have an argument. Trick,
Yeah.
See,
fucking Trick Daddy.
y'all just forget, man. In the mid
Trick
late
Daddy ain't made nothing
'90s,
in years.
man. But in the mid late '90s,
They're
man,
caught
he
up
was at the
on the
top of the game.
popularity of Ti.
That's not true.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Y'all caught up on the popularity of Ti
Uh,
because to
we,
be
we
honest with
we we
you,
caught up on the skills
Yeah.
Trick
and
Daddy
the
he
range.
has the same. Trick Daddy has more range than Tip.
Cap,
Okay.
big cap.
For sure.
That's
Mm.
why the nigga. Come on, man. Got it.
I don't even really like T.I. as a rapper. I'm not gonna even lie to you, but I know better than me. Come on now, it's like I don't know. He's more of a thinker when it comes to rapping. I like the thinker. Like with Pac and Big, I like the Big because he he kind of put the words together like he thought about the shit before he said it.
That's T double
What's
D.
your top five? Who are your top five rappers?
Oh, you already know what I'm about to say. Same thing.
Uh,
Andre 3000, Nas, Jadakiss, Biggie, and Scarface.
Okay. So out of those that you thought of, who would you say is the GOAT?
What's that? The best
Out
one?
of those five that you selected, who would you say is the GOAT?
GOAT, of course, is big. Just off rip, like Biggie, like because
Oh Lord,
because
see,
nobody done what he did in hip hop yet.
Uh,
what
He
the hell
came and
he doing
started.
with two albums and one
That's
was
what I'm saying. I'm
subpar?
like, I don't know, but he did something because
See,
he
I
changed
was
the
with
game.
you, Polly, man. I was with you
He
with the
changed
Ti
the
trick,
game.
but I can't roll with you with the big shit, bro.
Not Biggie.
Who else was spitting like Big when he came out?
Man, Pac is the goat, my nigga.
Pac was spitting like Big, like
Pac is the
literally,
goat.
like
Pac is
okay,
the goat.
Pac made your heartstrings. He put your heartstrings, but Big put your brain, man. He made your
No, he
brain
didn't.
think.
He ain't say nothing complicated.
Well, because Big was on the song said his nigga go to fucking kidnap kids, fuck them in the ass, throw them over the bridge. Like that didn't make me like.
Okay, well if we went over Pac lyrics, we ain't gonna even go over Pac
yes, that's
lyrics.
what I'm saying. See, he got some too,
Well,
though.
I'm like,
They
but
both said some shit now. Come on now. I'm gonna
look,
kill you and your motherfucking mama. All your kids don't grow. He gonna kill all his
Yeah.
babies. Like, what you think? Like, come on
He
now.
not
Like,
fucked him in the ass, though. Jesus Christ.
hey, well, hey, at least they live though. Shit. Like, no, just,
I'd rather be dead.
like, no, they live. It's like, no. Pac like he gonna kill them all, baby. Like, no.
yeah, sometimes they all gotta go. Get out the way. You know what I'm saying? So clear the space. You see, we coming through with them hammers. But anyway, like we do each and every week we do a hip hop trivia question as well. So this week's hip hop trivia question again is who was the rapper that dropped a diss record on both LL Cool J and Kool Moe Dee in the middle of their beef? Since you are our special guest, Detroit Pauly, do you think you have an idea of who it is?
You Oh man, you
I
should
think
know
I do,
that.
but I don't. I would say MC Shan or somebody. I don't know.
Ooh, that's like I'm saying shit. That was a good guess, but nah,
I
you
don't
should
Look,
even
know.
know.
I don't think
I
I'm
was too
old enough
invested.
for this. I don't think I'm old enough for this beef because I sit up here and I just thought it was cannabis. I don't know who it is.
He
Is
was a
it
Who
little
came
boy
up
back
with this
then.
question?
is it Ice T?
I did. Ooh, Ice T. Nope, it ain't Ice T. But
Ice T wasn't dissing nobody.
Did
Yeah, he
Big
was.
Daddy Kane diss him?
I'm gonna give y'all a hint though, because we got Detroit Pauly on. It was somebody from Detroit.
Oh,
I
Oh,
ain't
That's
know
what. That's
nobody
why I
from
thought you was
Detroit.
gonna get it. I thought you was gonna get it,
Somebody from
Pauly.
Detroit that
back then y'all was rapping in the 80s.
y'all. That's why I was like, Aretha Franklin. Was it Aretha Franklin?
she said Aretha. You
Like,
know what?
Hey,
I
who
wasn't old
was
enough. I wasn't
known in
old enough.
Detroit then?
Huh?
ooh, you said you wasn't old enough. This probably like
I was only
89.
invested in Kumo D. I was only invested in Kumo D and LL beef. I didn't know anything else other outside of that. Like,
But
we
Oh,
like
I'm
Hawk left
curious to know who was
no,
somebody that was rapping that was
from
from
Detroit.
relevant
Detroit.
Yeah.
enough from Detroit to
From Detroit.
even make
You feel
any
what I
impact in
mean?
their beef.
You feel what I mean?
Right.
Supreme. You ain't got no more guesses, Supreme.
Uh-uh. I
Uh-uh.
can't go back that far off Detroit.
Here you go. See,
They
I'm
don't
saying
exist.
I'm gonna have to pull it up.
Shoot.
I'm gonna have to pull it up.
What's my man name?
Cause
Maestro, Awesome Dre,
there you go.
A-War,
There you go. You just said it.
Awesome
Awesome
Dre.
Dre.
Awesome Dre.
Oh, wow.
Boom. Awesome
Yeah, I got
LL
it
Dre.
then.
Cool. Oh no, I know he
Yeah.
ain't getting it. No, LL Cool
Yeah.
J beat the shit out of him.
Hey. Hey, that nigga
Oh
had
LL Cool
shit.
J beat the shit out of
LL
him.
Cool
hey,
J will sleep that nigga.
listen,
Oh,
the nigga had a
I'm finna
diss.
go jam that. I'm finna go
Yeah,
jam that.
the nigga had two songs. He had a diss song against LL and one against Cool Mo D. You see how he got him. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
So yeah,
Not
this
that
yeah, this some Detroit history for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Back
Awesome Dre.
89.
Shit.
Chop
Yeah,
G
some
looking.
Detroit trivia.
Yo.
Awesome Dre.
Yeah, and I gotta
Yeah,
go listen to some Awesome Dre, man.
yeah. Go ahead and bump that.
Yeah,
Bump
man.
that.
That
For
nigga
sure.
got
For
the
sure.
text today.
Yeah.
Hit y'all with
So
one. Had to hit y'all with one today.
That's a good one, bro.
Yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, that's very
So
good
once
one,
we
bro.
wrap it up, stay on for us for 1 second once we end it, Detroit Poly, because we have a survey that we like to do at the end of the show.
That's cool.
But
Cool, cool. I appreciate y'all, man. This is
I
lit.
feel like, look, I'm a whole customer service worker. You know, when you call customer service and they be like, "Hey, can you hold for a survey at the end of this?" Yeah, I need all my
Yeah,
brownie points.
right.
But anyway, thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight. We definitely appreciate you for stopping through, dropping these gems, and I know that you gave some people some things that they could take and walk away from. So we definitely appreciate you for coming on tonight. Let me see here.
Appreciate y'all as well too.
West Slide Story.
Yeah,
West Side Story Part 2 is out. Hey, before we go, when is it going to drop? It says 2023, but what's the exact date of it dropping?
We looking at least by June 1st, the summer. But we looking at Westlife Story Part 1 to go on Tubi. And following that, the Westlife Story Part 2 will be on Tubi as well. Like I said, once I get with these distributors about these numbers.
Let's get them numbers right. Let's get them numbers
Yeah.
right.
Okay,
I'm
yeah,
not, so we can start paying our actors and stuff, you know.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's what's up. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. If you like this show, go ahead and hit that like button. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank y'all for tuning in. We're about to tune out. Y'all have a good one.
The Hip Hop School, Past and Present Podcast.